Let's talk about starting a new music production business and selling your beats. Okay, there's always this question that revolves around pricing. Like, how much should you be charging? Should I be charging less because I'm just starting out and I'm new to the game? Should I be charging more so that I can hit my income goals faster? Let's break it down for a second. Okay, so there's usually a low, a mid, and a high tier, but we're just going to focus and consider the mid part of the low, and then high is kind of a thing in itself. Okay, so most of us generally want to gravitate towards this when we're starting out. Okay, we want to do low ticket. Why? Because we don't have credits yet. We don't have very much experience. We don't know if people are going to buy from us, all this and that. And so we focus on charging, $30, maybe $200 for an exclusive, $30, $50 for a lease, non-exclusive lease. And the thing is, if you're trying to build a business, it's just hard to do things this way, right? Because let's just say that your income goal per month is $5,000. $5,000 means that you can quit your job. You can do music full time. This is hypothetical. Okay, so let's just say 5K is the goal. In order to hit that $5,000, let's say you're selling beats at $30 per lease. You would have to sell 166 beats to hit 5K per month. Okay? Think about it. 166 beats, 166 successful conversions. What that means is that you have to drive a lot of traffic to your beat store. Just because you drive 166 people, that doesn't mean that 166 people are going to convert. Right? Not 166 people, 100% of them are going to buy. So therefore, you have to drive thousands of people to your beat store. And when you do this, in order to pay for traffic, it's expensive. Whether it costs your time or whether it costs a lot of money. Okay? So starting out, you don't have a lot of money because you're starting a brand new business. Capital is something you're trying to build and you're not quite there yet. So in exchange, what you can do is leverage your time that you have. Now, we all don't have a ton of time because we probably still work full-time jobs. We have mortgages to pay. We have kids to take care of. And therefore, you're limited on both resources, money and time. But you probably have more time than money, so you leverage your time DMing people, posting on YouTube, posting on Instagram, and just trying to get people to your BeatStars page. Cool. Let's say you do that successfully with a couple people. A couple beat sales does not equal 5K. That's not enough to quit your job. That's not enough to be life-changing, because remember, this is your magic number, hypothetically. You have to get 166 people. Therefore, you either have to spend a lot of time getting thousands of people to your beat store, or you have to spend a lot of money. So let's say you run ads. Let's say it's the other option and you run ads. In order to get 166 people to buy from you, you need thousands of people to visit your beat store. Do you know how much it costs to get thousands of people to visit your beat store? So let's just say we did make 166 sales, which is 5K, right? But then you have to subtract how much you spent on ads. So let's say it cost you 3K. Let's say it costs you 3K to get this much traffic, to make this many sales and get this much money. What does that mean? That means you're left with $2,000. Your profit margin is not 5K, it's 2K. Okay? So you did all this work, ran all this traffic, did all this just to sell things at a low ticket, and you only make $2,000. On the other hand, if we look over at high ticket, okay, this might be frightening to start out with, but this is the best way for a beginner to learn how to build their business and to leverage time, leverage everything by making each customer more valuable. Okay, so let's say we're just going to assume you know everything about production. You can make a great beat, you can make a great product, and you can satisfy your high ticket customer. Okay, so let's say we still have that same goal of hitting $5,000 a month, because that's the magic number that changes our life, right? Now, if you're selling to clients like this and you're charging $1,000, how many clients does it take to get to 5K? 5 clients per month. Is that a lot more reasonable than 166 people? Okay, so the thing is, this still costs money to drive traffic. Everything is the same, right? Except you have to convince less people. You have to convince less people to say yes with you. So if you drove thousands of people to a high ticket item, more people are going to convert. If you can deliver on the value and you can give them what they ask, they will pay you for this. But you need a different approach. You can't just sell on BeatStars. You can't just put a price tag on BeatStars and say $5,000 please, or $1,000 for a beat. I mean, sometimes it may be successful, but for most people, most of us, it's probably not going to be an ideal business model. And so a lot of times to do high ticket, you got to push them to a phone call, right? Because it adds that personal touch. You actually have a conversation with a human. And so they feel more comfortable about parting with their money for something that they truly need. Okay? So again, just to bring it back, there's two ways to look at this. There's two ways to model your business and pricing. Okay, you can focus on low ticket to try to build your business, or you can focus on high ticket to build your business. Which one do you feel like is more easy? 166 people to hit 5K or 5? Okay? And that's not to say that low ticket doesn't work. It's not to say that low ticket doesn't have its place. But the thing is, a lot of people do low ticket when they already have capital and they already have a successful business. Why is that? Because if they make money here on their high ticket product, they can use that capital to spend on their low ticket product. And if they can get people to buy their low ticket product, it divides the people who are buyers versus the people who are non-buyers. So that you can take this list and you can sell more of your high ticket products because the people that have already bought from you are more likely to buy your higher ticket product. And this is where the profit comes in. Regardless of what you're doing, like all the top people, they're doing low ticket work so that they can sell more high ticket products, right? This is the bread. What do they call it? This is the butter. I don't even know what the saying is. This is the bread and butter of the business. Okay, this high ticket, right? So regardless, like if you're trying to just ignore this and you're trying to build a company or a business off of this might be a little bit more difficult. Not to say it's impossible, but it's a harder route. So why make things harder on ourselves when instead we can just make each customer that comes in our door more valuable, okay? So if you want to learn more about high ticket, you want to learn more about producing beats that attract artists and selling your beats at a high ticket price, I do have a free training. The link is down below. You can watch that. It's 100% free. Register now, watch that, and I go in depth about how this business model works. If you like content like this, please subscribe, hit like, do all those YouTube algorithm things. I would really appreciate it. And you will get a lot more information like this put in front of your face so that you can learn more about your music business.